Let's do it.
Let's go. Tell them about the permits.
In Australia, there are still people who hold permits to shoot Aboriginal people.
What?
You can't get a new permit. However, if you had an existing permit from the 50s, then if it comes up for registration, you can legally go in and have it re-registered. It's the law.
In 2012.
And what they do, and what they do, the government.
Well, the government used to pay people, squatters and all that, to go out into the bush and shoot Aboriginal people, and then bring the bodies into the council chambers where they'll pay per body.
How many you could do a year?
Well, the average person could do 9. You could get a squatter could get a permit.
Did you know that,
9.
bro? About the permit?
About the permits? It's a law. It's a strange fact of law that once they implement something in the law, it can't be taken out. It can run out, and they cannot reissue anything. But if someone has legally owned something, then they can't stop them from doing it. So if you've legally still got a permit to shoot Aboriginal people, you're legally still allowed to do it.
Hello. Wow. Oh, yo.
Apartheid was first formed in Australia in 1906. It was not formed in Africa, which is the common history which people would like to believe, but it was put through the government in Australia in 1906, then turned into Commonwealth law, and then from Commonwealth law it was then transferred to Africa, where apartheid became very prominent. The reason the apartheid of Australia is not as prominent as it is in South Africa is that the media had the fact of the freedom fighters of Africa were in the mainstream media, whereas in Australia it's been censored. The media does not recognise apartheid in the forms that it is in Australia. Apartheid has different forms, but it's the same system in Australia. They use the Prison Act, they use prisons as a form of apartheid, they use missions as a form of apartheid, and now they're using this new thing called economic genocide.
Wow.
And this economic genocide is what is really destroying our people out there. Because rather than our people being allowed to live the way they have lived for thousands of years, they've been pulled off their land and put into hub towns. And so because they're not upon their land, native title does not apply anymore, and then what mining companies can then go in there and mine it. Native title was a lie. Native title actually gave the government a standing to be able to oppose our people and the rights to their land.
That's pretty heavy, man.
Thanks, man.
Wow.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So how you heading from Melbourne?
Huh?
Gary
Yeah.
Foley. Look up Gary Foley. What is
Gary Foley.
DjLORDtv.